You settle down in that country that you're going, the first thing you miss is your food. Nigerian talents are exceptional. The way these guys think, the way they operate, the way they execute is just at a global level.
It now is global.
Yeah, it is.
One beautiful thing about this is Africans, the Caribbeans are found globally.
From day one, we built it now to be a global stage company. We have currency in the system. We already thought about all of that, things like currency that is different and other things like that. Language, it's language, translations. Everything has been built into the Eat Now app from day one.
What would you say your total users count right now are?
We're going to about 10,000 users now.
10,000 users?
Yes.
First of all, who is Teye?
Just a young guy, who immigrated from Nigeria, a very small town in Nigeria called Akure. Well, I call it the second A town after Atlanta. When you come to America or any other country, like you mentioned, Europe, but one thing we don't talk about is what's the first thing you miss? The truth of the matter is, when you settle down in that country that you're going, the first thing you miss is your food. Either you came here at 25 or at 44 or at 16, you've ate that food for so long.
Yeah.
So when you are traveling, you have the idea, like when I get there, I'm going to be a medical doctor, I'm going to be an astronaut, I'm going to do whatever. That's what you think about. But when all that settles in, then you realize that, I've not had jollof rice in 3 weeks. Where do I get it from? That's the same thing for everybody.
Right.
And that's where we look at like, we're going to help you get it on time, get it exactly how you want it, and not a substitute, and not anything else. And that's why we're here.
It now is the rave of the moment, like I said a moment ago. Everybody is talking about it now. Sure. Everywhere I go today, especially in the African community, everybody is talking about it now.
I won Husband of the Year 10 times in a row because I've been married for 10 years now. So just a simple young man who have a dream and who believe that once your dream is scary, then that's the right dream for you to pursue.
Have you included any AI features into it now at the moment?
A lot.
Hello, this is Dr. Ernest. We're back again with another beautiful episode. You know how we do it here? Here, we talk technology, we talk AI, we talk business, all right? So today's episode is not different. This is, of course, a little bit different because of the guests that I have with me on set today. I have the founder of It Now. Many of you have heard about It Now. It's the rave of the moment. So the founder is right here with me today. I'm talking about Ebenezer Onyelade, also known as Teye. Teye, nice to have you on the pod.
Mr. Ernest, thank you. We're finally doing this. And,
I know.
Thank you for inviting me and having me on your podcast. I think
Absolutely.
we have a lot to discuss, a lot of things. I've been following you for a while now, and I think you're doing exciting work for the community.
Thank you.
And I want you to just, keep it up and just continue to do the great work that you're doing. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Teye. Yeah. We connected sometime back in May of 2025.
That's correct.
Yes.
At an event.
At an event,
Yeah.
and we had planned to come here and have a discussion, but because of your busy schedule,
I'm trying to catch up to yours.
and this is 2026.
We're here.
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
Right.
And I believe we're going to have a very beautiful discussion
Absolutely.
today. Yes. Without much further ado, let's just dive straight into the discussion and the topic of today. We're talking about It Now.
Yes.
It Now is the rave of the moment, like I said a moment ago. Everybody is talking about it now. Everywhere I go today, especially in the African community, everybody is talking about it now.
That's right.
I was like, Teye is really doing a lot in this space.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, we really need to have this discussion.
Right.
Yeah, first of all, who is Teye?
Just a young guy, who immigrated from Nigeria, a very small town in Nigeria called Akure. I call it the second A town after Atlanta. I'm a son of a priest, So I moved to America about 20, 30 years ago. And, started my life career. We're doing all the things that we do as immigrants, I'm a father of two, a husband to one. I won Husband of the Year 10 times in a row because I've been married for 10 years now. So just a simple young man who have a dream and who believe that once your dream is scary, then that's the right dream for you to pursue.
That is very profound.
Yeah.
Teye, congratulations on
Okay.
being the best husband 10 times. Wow, that's really beautiful. Nice family man right there.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, you moved to America in pursuit of a better dream, I believe.
That's
And
correct.
how has it been ever since then?
It's been a great journey. I've always dreamed of coming to America for a long time, before I came. And when I came, I realized that the opportunity is here. And sometimes, they say the opportunity comes but once in a lifetime.
Right.
So mine came and I kind of grabbed it by the horn. And, so life in America has been very great, very productive for me. I went to school here. I did my college, my undergrad, I did my master's, all, in Maryland back then. So it's been a very great, productive country where I met my wife, I have my family, and everything has been up and up. Of course, just like the graph of the stock market, there's always down times, but you always know that you can always bounce back if you're in this community, and that's what's been for me.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. So, what did you study exactly?
I studied information science in my undergrad, and for my master's, I did cybersecurity. I'm always a security conscious person, so yeah.
You're a food techie like myself.
Oh yeah, I just love computers since I
Yeah.
was young. I love to press the keyboard, see what it returns. I've been doing IT classes since I was like 20 something years ago in Nigeria. Just try to learn the doors and trying to learn the little things and how to press the keyboard, how to make the computer react, learn a little bit of coding here and there. So oh yeah, I love tech a lot.
Wow, that's really beautiful. Tech is today's world. This
Oh
is the
yeah.
future.
Oh, it is.
That's one thing I'm really grateful to God for, that I found my path in tech.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had wanted to be a medical doctor. At age 6, I told everybody in my family I wanted to be a medical doctor.
I wanted to be a physical therapist.
Really?
No, for real. Here we are today.
Here we are today.
Yeah.
So thanks to God and for his blessings and all of that. So great. How did you come about it now? What prompted you to create or found it now?
Reality. Reality check. My wife was pregnant, so as the husband of the year of that year, so I became the errands guy that goes to grocery stores and do stuff like that. Then I realized that there was convenience when I go to Walmart or Target, all these big stores. For them, then they just started, it was right after COVID, so they just started pickup, not even delivery. I pull up to the driveway, I ordered everything I wanted, and they just put it in my trunk. But I have to drive long lines, long hours or minutes or depending just to get to African store. Because in an African home, you've not completed your meal at the end of the day or at the end of the week. If you don't have a 4 euro or jollof rice or some type of fish that is not available in Costco. And so we have to do these errands. My wife, bless, she's the best. And she always do all these things. So I didn't know that we were lacking that convenience. So when I saw that, I realized, I was thinking, is this a problem or is this a me problem? I have to validate it first before I can say, okay, let's solve it. And we did some research and realized that at that time, there was no solution at all for grocery delivery for African and Caribbean stores, and zero. There's challenges. There are reasons why they were not on the big platforms, but we don't know that. We just know that this problem really exists. And it exists if you look at the population of African and Caribbean in the US, it's about 7.6 million. That is bigger than Finland or Denmark or a whole lot of African countries combined together. And during our research, we found out that ethnic grocery in the US, at least in 2024 now, is $50 billion. So not only do customers not have the convenience of able to reach the stores that they want when they want it, the merchants are not able to kind of grow their business, their commerce the way they would like to, because they're not on these other platforms. They're not exposed to about 30 to 40 other or percent customers that are not able to reach their stores daily. And now, if you look at it from a bigger picture, we're talking about $50 billion industry. So when we look at all of that together, it was the no-brainer for us to say, how do we solve this problem for our people? Yeah.
Wow. What a journey.
Yeah.
So that is a problem that you identified and decided to create a solution. around it. You have just explained what it is all about, but I would like you to explain more just for the viewers
Right.
to understand exactly what Eat Now is. So what is Eat Now?
It Now is your one-stop shop mobile application that is designed for African and Caribbean grocery stores. And now we're expanding to other ethnics because, like you talk about the rave, everybody asking for us. Our promise is to bring your grocery or your hot meal to your doorstep within an hour. And now you might ask that, oh, yes, I already have that on other platforms. But It Now is kind of curated for the experience, right? Because we built this understanding the culture, and with every line of code that we write is to actually give you that experience when you're on the app. But more importantly, we talk about 2 or 3 words. We say we're better, we're faster, we're cheaper. You see, the better and the faster part is real. Because the experience that I mentioned that we curate for you, the nostalgia. See, when you're shopping for African grocery, Caribbean grocery, or any ethnic grocery, or you want the food itself, you're not shopping just to school because you're hungry right now. You want something. You want a furry roll. You want a bar tonight. And you can go to other platforms and get lost in the 10 million stores that they have. But when you come to Eat Now platform, you know exactly what you want. There's no substitute. You get exactly what you want, and the experience of you getting it is going to be consistent all the time. But the better part of it is that we're at least, on an average, about 20% cheaper. So when you look at that, because we didn't put affordability as a afterthought,
Right.
we built it as a design as part of the system. So when you look at that from that perspective, sometimes some people say if you shop so much on it now, you save so much money that you can go into real estate business or buy
lot of savings.
Bitcoin with it. That's a lot of savings
I like
because
that.
you have to eat, right? You have to eat.
Yeah, it's daily essential.
So if you're
Yeah.
saving every time you are eating,
Yeah.
either from the grocery or from the cooked food, every time you're eating lunch, dinner, breakfast, if you put that money together,
You can go buy Bitcoin.
you can buy
You
Bitcoin,
can go buy
a whole
real estate.
Bitcoin by yourself. And I'm not saying no, you buy a whole Bitcoin by yourself, or you're able to, go into real estate business.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cracking me up. Okay, so that is a beautiful idea, and truly, I have used it. It is massive.
Thank you very much.
And it's saving a lot of people's time. Instead of me having to drive down to an African grocery store to get African grocery, I can just go to Eat Now, order whatever I want, and it gets delivered to me.
Yes.
So you have brought convenience, into the lives of people. That's a great solution, I must say.
Thank you very much.
When did you create this solution? When was the first time Eat Now was launched?
It started about 4 years ago. Then I have another startup called Teye. Teye is a IT business intelligence and app creation business that we have in Maryland. We teach about 9 IT classes professionally, B2B, and we also teach, direct students as well. So we're actually thinking, because we have everybody that works in the NASA, White House, all these big companies, but they are us. And they were teaching for Teye. And we're thinking of a church application at that time. A one-stop church is what we called it, where everything that you do when you come to a church, we kind build a solution. And that's when the issue came up, when my wife was pregnant, a good thing, but, then we realized that there's another problem that is a bigger problem that we actually, need to stop or solve. And that's why we came up with it. I built a team together and I said, hey, instead of going in that direction, I think we have a bigger problem to solve for our people. Right. Because the convenience is there on other services, it's not just there for us. And if you look at it, not just from the people, we look at it from the merchant itself as well. I always go there because we're actually helping them with their revenue in so many cases. So that's how we started, came together, did the research, went to a couple of stores, interviewed them, see what they need, see what they're lacking. And, we started putting the pieces together one by one. Back then, it's about 4 years now. We started with grocery, because that was the main problem that we identified.
Beautiful. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. So how is it monetized?
Our business model is built around first saving costs for the customers.
Yeah.
we have to maintain the platform. We have to continue to build the platform, but we're saving costs for the for the customer. So if you look at what other competitors
Yeah.
cannot charge, because hey, let's come home. You want convenience, right?
Right.
I want to sit on this couch and I want my food to come to me where I'm sitting. You have to pay a little bit extra for that, but the extra that we're charging is not for us to become billionaires like some other folks.
Right.
Is for us to continue to just maintain the platform. And of course, when you look at it at scale, it adds up and is making it a very valuable company at the end of the day.
Right.
So our business model is built around charging the merchants for on every order.
Referral.
Yeah. So we charge the merchant for the other platform that the orders that are being placed on the
Right.
platform, and for the convenience that is being provided to the customers as well. So we have like a service fee, a token, sometimes like $2, $1,
Right.
just for us to continue to do that.
Makes
So our
sense.
business model is built around that. But we also have subscription package that is coming up, where if you subscribe, you'll be able to get more perks like free delivery, get a whole lot of things that comes your way that we're designing with sales and marketing team to make it more valuable for our customers. Those are the business models and how the revenues are coming in.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So would you say you are profitable at this point? So you've been running business now for 4 years. So would you say you are profitable at this point?
Yes, we are. And the first 2 years was what I call testing, because when we came into this business, we realized a whole lot of things. Okay, why are these big boys not really in the African stores? It's not like they don't like them, but it's just the structure of those stores, how they operate. And what we did first was to standardize the system, especially in the inventory system for the African and Caribbean stores.
Right.
So the first 2 years, we did a lot of testing. We did a lot of giveaways. We did a lot of free deliveries. I almost said this year, but we're now in 2026.
Right.
But last year, we launched our Eat Now Chops, which is the restaurant part of Eat Now. So we have Eat Now, which is the grocery, the main. We have Eat Now Chops. We're working on, Eat Now Farm, which we deliver goats and cows and stuff to your house. And we're working with 3 liquor stores now to do Eat Now Liquor as well, so we can facilitate that. But since we launched Eat Now Chops, to your question, we've been profitable, from what we're making. So in net. So yeah, it's been a great journey.
Nice, really nice. I know that restaurant part is really where things will blow up.
Yeah.
Because
the interesting part,
yeah,
there is volume in the restaurant part,
yeah,
but there is higher spend on the groceries part.
grocery part.
Right. You can see a grocery order going to 120, 180 sometimes, 150 because they're just buying everything.
Yeah.
And you can see where an average shopping for restaurants might be $40, because they just want to eat that meal.
Yes.
Maybe just one
For the
person.
moment.
For the moment,
Yes.
1 or 2 people.
Right.
So they kind of complement each other,
Nice.
as we continue to grow out. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. The time you launched, which was about 4 years ago, AI hasn't really become the real deal at that
That's
point
right.
in time.
Right.
I believe you built the platform with the technology available at that point in time. But right now, AI has become the talk of the town.
Yes.
Have you included any AI features into it now at the moment?
A lot.
Oh, great.
Funny thing is, about 2 years ago, I challenged my team because you're as strong as the team that you build.
Yeah.
So I challenged my team and I said, hey, AI is here. We don't understand it, we don't know it, but we know exactly what it does. I want each and every one of you to come up with a project of how Eat Now can better serve us, how AI can better serve us at Eat Now. Because everybody thinks differently. What I'm thinking might be the best thing, might not be what the next person is thinking. And there was a monetary attached to it for the winner. We have the first, the second, and the third winners, and we have a lot of things that came up from that. The truth is, we did that, then there was a lot to do, then we put it on bed, just put it on rest. But about a year ago, we picked it back up. Some of the things that we do with Eat Now to streamline onboarding process for a merchant. So for instance, when we register a grocery store, you'll be shocked. Sometimes a grocery store gave us their inventory and they have about 9,000 items on it. And I'm like, this small store is just impossible for you to have 9,000 items.
Yes.
But we have to go through that 9,000 items manually, before to kind of drill it down to like maybe 700, 800, 500. So you can imagine what we're looking at, like, oh, this is not a real item. This is what you are doing a promo. This is just a plastic bag, all those kind of things. You can imagine human drilling down 9,000 items to 500. How long it takes for just one store. We're able to do that now in about 5 minutes. Because what we've done is we've built some agents that does all those jobs for us. So a lot of things that we do that are repetitive processes, now that we have agentic AI,
Right.
we've been able to build a lot of agents to kind of work on those processes for us and streamline it. So onboarding a grocery store merchant now takes about 2 days. Our sign up is about 15 minutes. So if you can send us everything we need, I can get you up and running in 2 days because of that feature that we've added. But there's something that's very exciting that is coming this first quarter, we call it interactive shopping. So you come online, you open the app, and it knows that the last time you ordered suya, but the 2 times before that it was amala and begiri. Able to kind of guide you through what you're actually, craving right now. Like, just come, hey, you order suya, are you craving suya or you're joking about amala? How's your day? And not just like shopping, but feeling like you're engaged in that part of it.
Predictive, yeah.
So those are one of the spaces where we've actually integrated AI into our processes, and it's been a game changer for us since we do that.
That's truly beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Just like you mentioned, it would take days, if not weeks, to be able to onboard 9,000 items of inventory into a system, because if you are doing it manually.
Right.
But with the help of AI, it's automatic. You already programmed the system the way it should upload and how it should sort, and what items are what items, and all of that. What is actually supposed to be considered, a good versus the one that is not supposed to be considered a good. That is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
That's a better use of AI.
Yeah. We also have like a supervisor AI
Okay.
that double checks what the first guy did. Then the last layer is the human layer, just to take a look at it and just make sure that everything that's done is correct, and then give it a check. In the meantime, the stores can start selling those items. Because what we've done is to, like I mentioned earlier, inventory was a very big deal in the grocery field.
Yeah.
Like you will see someone said, pick milk small. What's pick milk small? Is it pick milk 400 grams or 900 grams?
Yes.
Who is the brand maker? There's a lot of things. We identify every item that you see on it now as a profile. The profile includes the brand name, the manufacturer, the item name, the size, the description, the metadata. What are the other names that this can be called? Jute leaves is called ewedu in Yoruba. So you can get to the Eat Now app and not even know the name, and you want to search for ewedu, it will still pop up. So we have all those profiles with the images, and they all go to quality check like 3 or 4 times to just make sure everything is good. So when we build those profiles for each of those items, and when we have the 700, 800 coming in, we're able to validate them against what we have and say, okay, yes, this picnic small, you mean picnic 400 grams.
Right.
We have it on file, and we're going to give it to you to sell at your price.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It now is working. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So where are your staff at? Your programmers, your developers, your testers, or your team? Are they all located here in the United States, or they are somewhere all around the world?
I would say we're a global company because we do have staffs here in the US, most of our leadership team here in the US and Canada.
Okay.
But we have our engineers all over the world. We have in Pakistan, we have in Belgium, and we have in Nigeria. A majority of our staffs are in Nigeria. And I'm moving towards actually making that the hub. And because I see it as also a give back, where we're able to provide jobs at any scale that you might think about it. Is it 50 or 100? And as we grow, we're going to need to grow that as well.
Right.
And one thing I found out is Nigerian talent are exceptional. The way these guys think, the way they operate, the way they, execute is just at a global level. And there's no difference. You might be in Nigeria, or you might be in America, and you're a Nigerian, and you're working for any of the Fortune 500, it's the same people. They just didn't have the opportunity to cross the border, but the talent is still there. We're smart people. Look, my team, and I just want to thank you guys. I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you because without you, there's no Eat Now. These guys are extremely dedicated. We, as a startup, we used to work 6 days, Monday through Saturday, and they take Sundays off. But you'll be shocked that Sunday, these guys are still online. They're still writing the code. They are doing something. Because of the time difference, sometimes, I'm online with them doing stuff because I got my hand dirty in everything. I'm in marketing, I'm in development,
Yeah.
I'm with, and I look at the time and say, oh, guys, it's 2 a.m. in Nigeria time. Let's think up tomorrow. They'll be like, oh, hold on, let me try one more thing. That's how dedicated they are to what we're doing. And I think it's because they believe in what we're
dream.
doing. Majority in Nigeria, we're trying to make that the hub where we move the shop over there and do everything from customer service to, development team, engineering team, everybody just be there.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I must say it. I mean, I echo the same thing you just said. Nigeria is a beautiful country with a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends here, Americans, Europeans, who have dealt with Nigerian developers, Nigerian marketers, Nigerian copywriters. They all say the same thing.
Yes,
like,
that's right.
oh, you guys have a lot of great talent in Nigeria. I was like, yes, of course. So it's always the proud moment for me when I see, things like this. Of
Same,
course, I have
same.
a lot of them there too that are doing a lot of development stuff for me, a lot of content creation stuff for me, a lot of them out there.
Yeah, very talented people.
Talented. In fact, the guy that edits what we are discussing right now is in Nigeria.
That's great.
And a lot of people have seen
His
my
work.
podcast.
I'm
They've
like-
seen, always say, wow, this
I'm
is
one
this
of
is
them.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah. So that's Nigerian right there
Yeah.
doing all of this beautiful
That's right.
stuff.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Nigeria.
you, Benga. So that is what it is. So now let me take it further, right, to the other part of it. Like you mentioned inventory aspect of it when you were talking about the merchants. So how do you usually get these merchants onboarded? Like, what's your marketing strategy like? Do you have to reach out to them physically, or you have other ways of getting them to know that there is Eat Now? You need to be onboarded. You need to adopt Eat Now for your business. How has that part been for you?
So we have a playbook.
Okay.
A city playbook is what we call it. And what we call a city playbook is how do we launch a city? So I pick Atlanta and I say, okay, we're going to Atlanta. How do we launch that city? We have two types of customers, right? We have the merchants and we have the customers that shop from the merchants. If you can get 5,000 merchants all you want, if they're not getting orders, they're just there dormant.
Yeah.
And you can get 100 million users if you don't get the merchants to service them. So we have to balance both together. What we usually do is when we're going into a city, we identify ambassadors in the city, about 5 to 10. These 5 to 10 ambassadors could be anybody. It could be influential people. It could be people like you, who knows other folks. It could be business owners or just my friends. And say, hey, we're coming to your city, and we're going to need about 10. We usually launch a city with a minimum of 10 merchants to 20 merchants. So we come in here, so at least people have choices. So we say, we're coming to your city. We want to launch about 10 to 20 merchants in our first 2 weeks. So who do you know? I talk to my merchants that already exist. Hey, I'm going to Atlanta. Do you know any restaurant owner or grocery store owners? Because of the confidence and the trust that they have in us, dealing with us, it's easy for them to pick up the phone and call their friend that has a grocery store in Atlanta and say, hey, I want to recommend you to this person. So that's our first layer. Our second layer is to do outreach, and that's another part where we came up with AI, is to scrape and get data of, this city, who are these merchants, what is their profile. It's not just the name and address. We get the profile as well and see what they sell and, how they're doing and things like that. We get the full picture. And we're able to reach out to them from scraping that city internet and getting those data and able to reach out to them. We have interns. Some people place cold calls. Sometimes I just drive and go in there, but we have that. And some of the things we're also doing with AI is just cold call. And cold call them and just say, hey, this is it now. You have heard about it or you haven't heard about it. This is what we do. We do it better, faster, and cheaper. And those are one of the layers that we also do as well. And the third layer that we do is just pretty much people see us, they hear about us, and they come and reach out to us themselves, either through our commercials on the social media, through our commercials on Google, YouTube, or just from word of mouth. And I see that word of mouth has been very effective because you see, when people trust what you do, when they know you, when I call you now, I say, NS, I want you to do something with this, my guy.
Right.
You know, he has already won 50, 60, 70% because of the relationship you
Right.
have. Like, oh, you're coming from Teye,
Right.
so, you know, this must be right. And I think word of mouth has, even for users, it has been one of the best things. Like, have you tried it now? And people just get it. Because anytime there's this slight issue
Yeah.
and people reach out to us on the customer service, you know, after we resolve the issue, I always make sure our team asks, so how did you hear about us? And I can tell you that 60, 70% is like word of mouth. Oh, my friend told me. So somebody told me. And it's been working like cancer. It's even more than, you know, the commercials that we do sometimes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. Good use of AI.
Yeah.
Just like what you mentioned, you know, you use AI scripting tool. I have a tool, an
Okay.
AI tool for scripting.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Guys, if you need anything like that, come to me. I give you the service, and, you know, very cheap. You know, I can help you scrape whatever you want to scrape. You want to reach a particular niche. You want to reach a particular location. You want a particular data of a particular business. I can give it to you with my AI tool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's beautiful. Now, let me go to the next, you know, part of, you know, a follow-up question with that, right?
Okay.
So what would you say your total users count right now are?
We're going to about 10,000 users now.
10,000 users?
Yes, you know, we're really going really fast, you know, for the users that shop on the app. And this is important because maybe I should share this as well.
Yeah.
Up until last month, you know, or late November, I've been bootstrapping it now. That means every dime that is being spent on anything and everything comes from my pocket. And the reason why I did that for so long, because you wonder, you existed for like 4 years. Yes, because I didn't want to raise funds to build the app. I want to raise funds to scale the app. So I took my time to build the app to an industry standard. So up to about late November, where we actually raised some funds, our, you know, pre-seed funds, we're able to raise $300,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So with that now,
Congratulations
thank you
on
so
that.
much.
Yes.
With that now, we're able to do a lot. So the reason why I mentioned that is before then, I look back and we're able to achieve over 5,000 users without any marketing, zero marketing, just word of mouth. Those, you know, we just started our marketing, you know, slowly in December, and we're about to kind of explode it now. So I can imagine how we're able to go. How many people we're going to be able to reach at this time? You know, now that we have funding for marketing, for outreach, and for all those things. Before, it's just been building a solid application and letting people tell their friends and family about the experience that they've been having. So, yeah, we're very close to 10,000. I checked this morning because I thought it might be a question that might come
Yeah.
up. And that's grown in the last few months from about 5,000 when I was talking to investors to almost double at this point. Yeah.
That's huge. That's really huge. Congratulations,
Thank you
bro.
so much.
Because at 10,000, you're no longer a small company.
That's right.
You know, if you have developed a solution that has 10,000 users,
That's right.
you're no longer small.
Yeah,
You know,
that's correct.
You can imagine what this could have brought you if you were like a subscription-based, you know, platform. When you have 10,000 people on board, at least you have about 1,000 people subscribing monthly. That is a lot of money. You know what I mean?
It could be more because one of the companies that I look at has 42 million users last year. And out of their 42 million users, we're in the same industry, they have 20 million subscribers. That's about
Out of
50
40 million users, they have 20 million subscribers.
That's correct.
50%.
50%.
That's high.
Their revenue last year was $10 billion, 10.7 to be exact. You might know the company I'm talking about. So, yeah. So we have a subscription model that's actually coming up as well. And there's a lot of perks for everybody. You know, there are perks for the users and there's, you know, incentive for the company as well in terms of revenue generation. So, yeah.
Makes plenty sense. Man, that's where the business is really going to explode at that point.
Yes.
When you convert it to that subscription base, because a lot of people love free things.
Yeah, they pay a little, they get,
love
but
free things.
some people pay and they don't come back, and you know it's like, oh, you can eat restaurants.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So now, do you have a different platform for the merchants where they log in differently, or they all use the same platform as users?
No, they don't, and that's a very good question. And thank you for asking. You see, we have 2 mobile applications and 3 web applications. So the 2 mobile applications are the Eat Now and Eat Now for merchants. So the merchants log in on a separate app for them to be able to receive the order and process everything. But we've also built an admin portal for them, which is a web page, which everything we cannot put into the app. Now you can do 90% or most things on the app, but you can now go to admin.eatnow.com as a merchant and log in with the same username and password. Then you have access to unlimited things that you can do, even requests that you can ask from us. Then we also have a support page, which we have an identical. So, a merchant says, I'm struggling with something, and you're talking to our support. Our support can log in because of security and, privacy. We're not going to be able to log into your admin, but we're going to log into our support version, which is identical to your admin, and we're able to see almost everything that you can see, like orders and stuff. We can't see the banking information, but we can see everything else. And we also have our own admin support, which manages everything, at a global. So, they have a very, very big visibility and control over each store that they create in that 15 minutes.
That's robust.
Yeah, it is a robust application.
Robust. That's a robust system.
Yeah, it is.
If I may ask, what's the tech stack like?
We use React and React Native in our front end. We use Python for our back end, and we use Lambda for most of our functions because we're AWS based. Everything is cloud based, so our functions are AWS. That Lambda AWS that we use is a Postgres DB, and we do have some DynamoDB as well, some serverless, just to process some things that needs high speed, responses. So that's kind of like our full stack.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Wow. Eat Now is global.
Yeah, it is.
One beautiful thing about this is Africans, the Caribbeans are found globally.
Correct.
When you have successfully scaled the US market, I believe you are going to take it to other countries in Europe, another part of the world.
Our first country will be Canada. Why? Because it's close, and we do have people in Canada as well. So from day one, we built it now to be a global stage company. Like, we have currency in the system. It's not something that we're going to adapt to when we're going to a new location. We already thought about all of that. Things like currency that is different and other things like that. Language, it's language, translations. Everything has been built into the Eat Now app from day one. And so we have a goal that if we reach a certain number of users in the US and if we reach a certain number of merchants, then we expand into Canada. We just want to hit that goal because we don't want to jump around. We want to make sure that you're able to set a goal, you hit that goal, then you're able to move to the next stage. And just like you mentioned, of course, Europe is in our radar. We're definitely, because we want to be able to kind of provide the same convenience that is available here, the same problem also available all over the place. You're available in Belgium, the same problem is in the UK, the same problem is all over the place. So we want to be able to provide that services for our people, and even though we're expanding outside of Africa and Caribbean, that's our base. That's where we started. I have a lot of Indian restaurants reaching out to us and saying, "Oh, those other guys are taking my money." And, these restaurants, so, like a block where you have like an African restaurant that's registered and this guy's talk, and I go there to just, check an update. How you guys doing? That restaurant wants to talk to you. They want to come on board. But they just have to wait a little bit. But
that's a good problem to have, bro.
It's a great problem to have. So, but this year we're trying to expand because we're getting a lot of requests. And the affordability that I talked about is not just for the customers, it's also for the merchants. We're providing that, we're providing the same service at scale, but way, way affordable. And they're like, how do you do it? We're doing it because we have the right and the best talent. And I don't have a building with 20,000 bulbs, just turning on all night, so we're able to cut costs in our overhead and able to provide the same service.
Wow. Beautiful. I never even believed this episode was going to be this long.
I think we set up for like 20 minutes.
Talked.
I
wanted it to be like 20 minutes, 25 minutes maximum, but today, right now, I can even imagine it's more than 40 minutes already with,
There's a lot in this space. A lot in this space, a lot of people overlook it. When you think about immigrants, I wrote an article on our website, which I do, weekly or when I have the ability
Time.
to talk about, things people just don't think about. As immigrants, you think about, sustainability, scalability, stability, and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff when you come to America or any other country, like you mentioned, Europe. But one thing we don't talk about is what's the first thing you miss? The truth of the matter is when you settle down in that country that you're going, the first thing you miss is your food because
No
it's
lies.
no, it is. It's completely different.
That's what you were raised with.
That's what you were raised with.
Yes.
Either you came here at 25 or at 44 or at 16. You've ate that food for so long.
Yeah.
So when you were traveling, you have the idea like when I get there, I'm going to be a medical doctor. I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to do whatever. That's what you think about. But when all that settles in, then you realize that, I've not had jollof rice in 3 weeks. Where do I get it from? Then it settles in, and that's the same thing for everybody.
Right.
And that's where we look at like, yeah, we're going to help you get it on time, get it exactly how you want it, and not a substitute and not anything else. And that's why we're here.
That is beautiful. Yeah. That is a valid solution.
Yeah.
It's a valid solution. If you have never lived in a place where you could not find your type of food before, you would not understand.
Correct.
Yes. I have been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you're in Lagos, jollof rice is everywhere.
Everywhere.
Bread and wagon is everywhere. But you can go to Indonesia and be like, I want to eat moi moi, and be like, what are you talking about?
Where's my fufu?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And egusi soup.
That's it. It said after all the excitement and you try the burgers and fries, and then you'll be tired and be like, where can I get?
That's when you start missing home.
Yeah, you will.
Yes.
The nostalgia, everything sets in.
Right.
And I mentioned earlier that's why we're different from the other platforms.
Right.
Because the experience you get on Eat Now when you come on is fulfilling. That's exactly what it is. It's fulfilling when you come on Eat Now app to shop. We're not going to give you, you're going to get exactly what you want. And if you look at, it's also a bit different, right? Because when you look at all these, there's restaurants every block. Every 2 blocks, you can get whatever, something to eat. But when you want an African or Caribbean food or you want an Indian food, they are scattered all over the place. And that's another thing that we did differently. Most applications, they will deliver up to like 5, 10, 15 miles tops. We deliver up to 25 miles because we understand that when the economy is good, sometimes we move to the suburb. And when we move to those areas, the grocery stores or the restaurants that we actually shop from are not readily available or close by. So we don't want to limit the stores, limit ourselves or the customers for being able to reach where they actually want to shop from.
Right.
When it comes to grocery or food, we deliver up to 25 miles. Right. But in addition to that, we expose those stores up to 50 miles. Wow. So you say, I'm living in a remote area, but I still want my African grocery or African food. You can do pickup. You can find it on the app. You order it, you swing by when you're coming from work, or you drive there on Saturday morning or whatever, you order it, everything is packed, you go to the store, you pick it up, 2 minutes, you're out. So we thought about all of those things, that it's not just the micro services when it comes to, serving, small areas, but it's more of expanding the reach to folks who actually need it, who are scattered all over the place, but who still wants this convenience, who have this nostalgia, who have these cravings for this African food. So, yeah.
Makes plenty sense. I know we have said a lot today, and we have been able to cover a lot.
That's right.
Any final thought for the viewers?
If you have never experienced it now, it's very possible. But this is the right time for you, as you're watching this, to go and download it. It's called E-T, or it's spelled E-T-N-O-W-E. It's pronounced Eat Now. It's a complete game changer for how you experience shopping for African and Caribbean groceries and food in the United States. If you're not in the US, I'm sorry, but I promise we're going to come to you soon. And you don't want to miss it. Not only the experience, but the fact that you're able to save. And I can guarantee everybody wants to save in one way or the other. And never take my word for whatever I said. I want you to do your research for it. Pick a store, put something in cart, go to our app and go to any other of the competitors. See how much you're saving. If it's not up to 20%, don't check out on Eat Now. But if you add that up, you can start your real estate business.
I like that part. So where can they download these? On App Store and Google Play Store, right?
That's correct. We are on all platforms, all major platforms. We're on App Store and Google Play Store. You can get us there. And if you go to the website, eatnow.com, you can also click on the button from there to download it as well. We have a QR code all over the place. And our Eat Now Instagram page is eatnow_deliveries. But on other platforms, it's just Eat Now. You can easily find us there and ask questions. We're always eager and willing to answer those questions. And one thing we're also very good for is we listen to all types of critics. So every time they say, "Oh, Idna is doing great. Idna is doing great." I'm like, "Yeah, I know we're doing great. Can you tell me something that we can improve on?"
Right.
Like, "But I don't have any bad experience." I say, "Just think about, next time you show up, it doesn't matter how little it is. I want to make sure that I fix that issue for the next customer." So you tell me what it is so I can fix it for the next customer. I have the new iPhone, and it came with iPhone 26.1. About 2 days ago, a couple of days, they released 26.2. You know why? Because there are bugs that Apple needs to fix. It's a $4 trillion company, but they still have to fix some bugs and give some enhancements. So we always listen to those as well. Any way we can get better, I think that's one of the things that we do best. We listen to our customers because we're serving them and want to know exactly what they want so we can bring it to the app for them, or when they want to change and we can actually make it, because the experience is our primary thing. Like when we come to the app, we want you to have a create. There's a feature that we just released, by the way.
Okay.
It's like a reel on the app.
A reel.
A reel, actual reel. So like the reels that the merchants post on Instagram, and you can post it. So for just to get a better shopping experience, where you can look at the food, you can see how they cook it, you can see how they're mixing it or how they're dishing it out, and you can from there just go directly to that store and just shop from them.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful picture. That's marketing, picture in itself. That is really beautiful. All right. This is where we draw the curtain. Thank you so much, Teye, for coming.
Thank you.
And sharing your experiences. And of course, Eat Now is global.
Eat Now is global now. I really want to thank you again.
Yeah.
We mentioned that we try to make this happen for some time, but we're making it happen. And thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
You've brought a lot of businesses out. You've brought a lot of startups, a lot of people who are just trying to engage, and you've given them a platform to be able to reach a wider audience in what they're doing. And so I think you are one for our community to be appreciated.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for that very well.
Appreciate that.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you very much. Yes, this is where we draw the curtain for today. Until we come your way again. Stay blessed and winning. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, brother.
My guy.
I greet you.
It was a good one, man. Thank you so much.